Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Vortac, and I'm here with a quick mod spotlight of the Simple Storage Network mod. This mod is one of my favorites in the Vojtopia mod pack, which I will link to down below, or you can find it on the Twitch launcher with all your favorite mod packs. I'll also have a little more information about that at the end of the video, but first, let's talk about Simple Storage Network. This is a fantastic alternative to using an ME system from like Refined Storage or an AE system. It's a lot more basic if you're trying to get something for your mod pack that is a little more light. If you find yourself playing with this and you're like, I still don't quite understand the sorting system, I've set up a quick demonstration here, and the first thing I want to show you today is exactly how this works. We'll start with the most basic of simple storage networks, the one with just a straight up linking cable. If you open it up, you'll see I've stored some wool inside, some white wool, and you may be wondering, well, where is it? So the cool thing about Simple Storage Network is there's no hard drives, there's no electricity or anything, but you do need something to store your stuff in, and in this case, we're using a chest. You can use a lot of different things. We'll get to that in a little while, but the 64 white wool represented here on the screen is stored in this chest right here, which is awesome. So I can actually go ahead and use this as a normal chest. I could put 5 dirt in there. And now we have 5 dirt and 64 white wool. I could pull out the 5 dirt and put it right here, or put it back, and it will end up in this chest. So there you go. The linking cable just links whatever storage you want to this system here. You need a storage network master. Every network needs one of these. And then you need a request table, which you can also craft in. I have it linked to JEI right now, so you can search for planks. And you'll pull up all the planks you want. If you wanted to, say, craft planks, you could hit R for the recipe. Oh, oak wood makes planks. Let's put that in the... Oh, I don't have any oak wood in my network, so I can't craft it. But that's how it would work. Our next storage system is actually a very similar setup, except I've hooked up an export cable to the system and an iron chest. And now what's cool about this one is it helps with item sorting. You may start to think creatively on how you can use this to your benefit. But I have 64 magma blocks in here. All right. Now what I might want to do is have this transport my magma blocks outside of the regular network. Now, this is a chest hooked up with just a regular old linking cable, so anytime you put anything in here, it's going to fall into this chest by default because that's just the linking cable. This is an export chest, which means we need to set it up. So I have to open this up. You can right-click the linking cable as well. There's some options that has too. But you can right-click the export cable, and you'll have some options here. Now, in the top, these are your upgrade slots. I have some upgrades we'll play with later. And then I can take the whitelist right here, click on magma block, or take my magma block and click it in there, and I've whitelisted the magma block essentially in here. So if I go in now and I throw magma blocks in my system, you'll notice they start to leave, and they're leaving at a decent rate. That is because there's an export cable, and we are exporting the magma blocks that we've whitelisted in here out of the system and into another location, in this case the iron chest. So as you can imagine, if there were upgrades in here or in I don't think, actually this one can't have upgrades. So yeah, if there were upgrades in this export cable, it would move a little bit faster, but there you have it. Now, similar to the export cable, we have an import cable, and as you would imagine, it does the opposite of an export cable. I have here some clay blocks. Now let's say I've been adventuring all day. I'm exhausted, and I don't feel like messing with any kind of sorting. I don't feel like running from chest to chest trying to figure out where I keep my clay blocks and my apples and grass blocks. I can run up to here with an import cable hooked up to my simple storage network, throw my clay blocks in, throw my grass blocks in, throw my apple in, and boom, they start to go into my network of chests, in this case just one. And again, that chest is linked with just a regular old linking cable. We have just storage cable linked up to the network master. You never need anything more than just a storage cable on that one. And there you go. So I can go ahead and, after a long day of adventuring, just dump everything into the simple storage network and begin crafting or doing whatever I need to do. And the import and the export can both have upgrades. So we can actually take a stack upgrade, like so, and throw it right here. I knew which one to get. That was, I have a lot of different mods, but obviously the simple storage network stack upgrade is what you want. And I can take my clay blocks and throw them back in, and now the whole stack goes because I put a stack upgrade, so much faster. Now I have in Vojtopia all of the recipes pretty much default throughout this whole mod pack. And when you look up stack upgrade, you'll see here it takes redstone blocks, some blaze powder, and some storage cable. All of the recipes, actually, while we're here at simple storage, all the recipes are very cheap when you leave things by default. The network master just requires a diamond, so you don't get it immediately. Some gold ingots for the request table, and then the cables are really cheap. Linking cable, export cable, import cable, and then we'll get to the remotes later. They're really cool. Now it's about time we put this to a more practical use. I have here a more complex storage network that you may, find yourself using when playing modded Minecraft. We got some storage drawers here, a drawer controller, and then my chest, my armor. I got my junk, and I got my valuables. And then we have an item dump, which I just demonstrated over there. So as you can see, it is an item dump. You just dump items into it, and it should go throughout the network if we set it up right. There are so many different things you can do with it, just like an ME system. But starting over here, you'll see everything in the network is all linked already. This includes the stacks of dirt and cobblestone and birch. All those things are in these storage drawers that I have set up. And I don't know why these drawers, when you put blocks in, are so dim. I'm not sure why they're not vibrant like the ingots and stuff. But yeah, it's just kind of how things shook out. I don't know if that's a bug with the mods I've added or the the mod itself for storage drawers. But moving on, again, just a regular old storage cable in the back of the network master. We have a regular old linking cable in the back of the drawer controller, so we can link to this whole storage drawer network. And over here, we have linking cables and an import cable. So how would we use this a little more practically? Well, again, long day of adventuring. I have here an item dump chest. It has a few different upgrades in it, a stack upgrade and a speed upgrade, so things go very quickly. We're going to set it up to whitelist. We're not going to whitelist anything. And I'm going to go ahead. Actually, let's use a better example here. I'm going to take something that's already in the network, like dirt, so 10 dirt, and I'm going to go ahead and throw it in. Okay? Now, the dirt should be leaving, and it is not. I had a little bit of trouble with this. I think, do I have to whitelist? I shouldn't have to whitelist the dirt. Oh, maybe that's why I had blacklist on. Duh. If we come back here, though, all the dirt is back where it belongs. We only had 64. Let's pull out 10. I could show you. Now we have 54. We've blacklisted nothing, and there, the dirt is gone. It is in the network over here, back in the drawer. Now, why did it go there and not these chests over here? It could have easily gone into valuables, for example, but I don't think dirt's that valuable, so I went ahead and made this a priority 1 on the link cable. You'll notice that all of these other cables are priority 0. So you do get priority controls with this mod, which is really, really nice. It just makes things that much easier. So my dirt will go where it belongs. All of these things are already set up because I've already filled my storage drawers with what I want them to have. And my item dump knows exactly what to do. Now, if I put something in there that's not in a storage drawer, say magenta wool, it will still import that away, but it will go into the nearest chest. At least that's what I've determined. Magenta wool is now in my valuables chest. I don't think that's too valuable, so you do need to play around with different whitelists, blacklists, and try to prioritize things to the best of your ability. Obviously, this isn't going to give you everything that those other mods will give you, like auto crafting and things of that nature. But again, simple storage network. We don't expect it to do that. Now, one thing I wanted to show you was the import cable and a couple of the upgrades that can go along with it. And I have these 2 upgrades I haven't shown you yet. Now, this is a stock upgrade. It's pretty simple. Keeps a specific amount of items in the attached inventory, only in the export cable. So, yeah, not a good example here of the import cable. But you put this in an export cable, and let's see. So, keeps a specific amount of items in the attached inventory. If we throw it in, it's put itself up to 64 because of what was in the chest. So it keeps a specific amount of magma blocks in the inventory. You'll see it filling up right now. Now, what if I put more magma blocks? Magma blocks. I'll go ahead and grab a whole nother stack. So we've told it to keep a specific amount. That amount was 64. If I go ahead and throw in another 64, let this thing fill up real quick. And 64. Is it going to put more? No, because I told it to keep a specific amount. So it's a pretty simple and nice little upgrade there that could help you with your sorting endeavors. Now, we've shown you that. This one, the operation upgrade, is the one I feel like a lot of people would have questions about because it's super vague. Activity of the cable depends on the amount of items. What the hell does that mean? So if we put this in here, a new little window pops up. You have a blank box. You have active if more than, I have the number 20 typed in, but it defaults at 0. Active if more than 20 air in network. Well, that's okay, air. Active if less than 20 air in network. Let's keep it on more. Now, I have 20. Let's whitelist grass block real quick. And I always have trouble doing this because, there we go. Sometimes it bugs out. You put something in the whitelist and it disappears immediately. Just do it again. Now, let's see. So, we have 20 grass blocks here, and we have 5 here. I've separated these. And, again, so this cable now, this import cable here, is only active if 20 grass blocks are in the network. Let's switch this to whitelist and only do grass blocks in this case. Quit it. There we go. Now, it's only going to be active if 20 grass blocks are in the network. So I can put 25 in there. It's not going to do anything. However, if more than 20 grass blocks are in the network, so let's put 20, still not going to do anything. But if I put 21, more than 20 are in the network, boom, 25. So again, I don't personally see a use for this, but I'm sure in your item sorting endeavors, you may find a good use for the operation upgrade. I haven't really conceived of one yet, but that's because I'm not very creative. The last thing I want to show you is possibly the coolest part about this mod. It kind of takes it over the top. This is the storage remote. And as its name would imply, you may access storage with the storage remote. I've right-clicked in thin air, and boom, all of my storage. I can go ahead and take my pumpkins if I want to. It's pretty nice. The thing with this, though, is used to access the network 64 blocks distance. So you'll see some coordinates there. That is because I've already taken this and applied it. You have to take this thing and right-click the network master, and it will link to that network. That's because we play on a server, so there's a lot of different people making different networks. You want to make sure you've specified. So now I've linked it to this network. There's only 64 white wool in this network. So yeah, pretty self-explanatory. Right-click, you've linked it to your network. But what if you get more than 64 blocks away? As its name would imply, you can't really do much about that. We can come out here, so you can get around your base pretty well and not have to worry about storage access. You can get all the way. Look at that. I can still access it from all the way from out here. What if I fly away, though? Like out into the mountains here. It's not working now. I typed ew. What? It's still working? Am I really that close still? There we go. Out of range. So out of range, that's pretty unfortunate. I'm on a grand adventure and I forgot something, so I really could use that. That is when you'll want to craft an advanced storage remote. This is a little overpowered. On our server, you probably, I lost my base. You probably won't be using, or you won't be seeing an advanced storage remote for as cheap as we have it. This is the default recipe right here. 2 network storage masters, a magma block, ender pearls, and a storage remote, which is just ender pearls, gold ingots, and a storage cable. So pretty cheap recipe for what you get. Used to access the network from unlimited distance and across dimensions. I feel like across dimension should be its very own category of remote that costs like a block of diamonds or something, but that's just me. But that's it. That's all the items in Simple Storage Network, and it's one of my favorite mods we've applied to the pack. Speaking of the pack, guys, again, I have it linked down below. It is a custom mod pack done by myself, and people who help me run the Vojtopia Minecraft server, as well as folks who play on the Vojtopia Minecraft server. That is a server that we have access to via a Twitch sub of $10 or a Patreon sub of $10, and those are both linked down below as well. If you want to play on our Vojtopia server with our community, you can absolutely check those out. Or you can just download the pack for yourself, start a server with your friends. And of course, you can check out our Discord as well to leave any kind of comments about the mod pack in the mod pack channel. And yeah, subscribe if you enjoyed. And if you have any questions about the mod pack itself too, you can leave them in the comments down below. I'll do my best to get back to you. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Peace out.